Homewrecker put out our first release, Worms and Dirt, it was way more of like a crustier, like hardcore vibe. And then with Circle of Death, we kind of like opened the door to the metal realm, trying to see like what we could come up with. And then I think we really found what we're trying to get across with Hell Is Here Now. It's just like straightforward. It's got, like punk aspects. It's got death metal aspects, and it still like touches back to that hardcore stuff that was there on Worms and Dirt back in 2012. And I think it's just like a mature mix of our last like couple releases. Spaz definitely is like, and Izzi are the main like composers of that record. So they kind of like laid out the blueprints for everything, and then like the three of us would jam, and we'd kind of be like, oh, like this could be cool here, this could be cool here, kind of like putting it together. But it was weird, man, because like Spaz was a great friend of ours, and then like stuff just happens, and then like Izzi and I were like thinking about finding a new vocalist, and then we're just like, that sucks, like why don't we just do it? And then it's like kind of like a more respectful way to like show that we're moving on without a vocalist. Izzi and I had never done vocals while playing an instrument before. Like we had both fronted like punk bands back in the day, but never like played an instrument, especially drums and singing for Izzi. And we had this tour coming up, and we like didn't have like someone that could fill in on vocals. We didn't want to drop the tour, so we're like, dude, let's just do it. And we threw a last minute free show at this venue that me and a couple guys used to run, and we just winged it, and been doing it since. Still hard, I like finally figured out how to not have my throat hurt after, but I'd hope after doing vocals in bands for over 10 years that I would get to that point. Circle of Death, it was way more like grunty, like kind of like you can't really make out what I'm saying. And then with Hell Is Here Now, and even the EP, we were kind of like, yo, we should have like a dynamic between our voices. And Izzi like kills it with like the low guttural, like anything like just that needs belted. And then I was focusing more on like the like enunciated, kind of like raspy, like like I was saying, back to like almost like a punk vocal. I personally think it's a cool mix, and it also I feel fits the metal vibe that we're trying to put across now. With the new record, it kind of just touches on like the different interpretations of hell, whether it's the stuff you like hear about in stories and shit, or like if it's stuff that's going on inside your head. If you got your own problems you're dealing with, like that could be worse than getting sent to hell. And we just kind of found like stories and kind of just like imagery to like talk about in each song. Like Bound by Validation talks about like mental struggles, whereas like Land of the Damned talks about just like constantly being surrounded by like wondering if your country is going to go to war and like who's going to bomb who next. Sometimes hardcore can have a ceiling, so it's like not that we're trying to leave hardcore, but we want to like see what's out there beyond the hardcore door. We've never been like the hype band, we've never been the like band that's like super sought after, but we've always had like a steady rising of people having our back. And I think that goes back to like just like seeing us play, seeing that we're not fake about it. It's just like we like playing the music that we play, and we write the music that we want to play. And I think people just vibe with that. And it's just great that people have our back after all this time. People are still finding out about us and getting stoked.